Okay, hello again, YouTube, fellow YouTube citizens, and my beloved subscribers on my channel, and the newcomers as well, those who not subscribers who just enjoy watching my videos. Hello to you. Salut. But anywho, of course, they out here with me a little bit, try to post when I can, but man, I'm gonna brief this up. And I'm gonna get right to the near-death experience here to bear my testimony. You know what? I'm gonna make this a totally separate segment on what I want to share. I'm gonna just get right to the response here. First of all, the woman that bared her testimony about the spiritual realm. I want to thank you. And the guy, if she can't receive this message, the owner of the channel who had his video linked to his channel, I want to thank you for posting it up, because it just added more bricks to my spiritual development, and it added more bricks or more height to my testimony about the truth of the spiritual realm. And as for my viewers, or the people that view my channel, I've been wanting to share this for so long and get into stuff like this about the spiritual realm, about the afterlife. But first, I wanted to prove to you all that prophets exist. So that's why I'm speaking things coming from God as far as involving prophecy. And as those who've been following my channel for a while see, things I've been speaking been happening and coming to pass. Just like now they saying the Tea Party is starting to get out of hand a little bit, and yeah, but anywho. But man, as far as to the woman, you have taken me on a journey with your testimony. My mind was like totally out of this world, just totally imagining being in your position as far as what you experienced, out of body experience. So, what causes a testimony to be powerful, or even more power, is not just one individual's testimony, but several individuals. So it's like a whole bunch of neutrons and protons combined together to make this great force and this great energy. So I thought I'd share my out of body experience. So here goes. Act 1. Okay, I was never an atheist. I was never an agnostic. It's like when my mother, she took me to church, it's like I always knew that God and Jesus existed. It's like it was something there. It's like something that was implanted in me when I was brought into this world. That when I first got introduced to God and Jesus, that it's like I already knew them. It's like I already knew they existed. It's like all this stuff was genetic. It's like I already knew. So I never had no doubts or being skeptical. Who is this Jesus guy? Who is this God guy? It's just, it never got brought that clear. It never was as clear as it is now to me back then. I didn't quite comprehend the importance of baptism. I didn't comprehend the importance of prayer, about sacrifice, etc. But now that I got older, things are starting to scope and shape a lot better to where I can fully understand it and comprehend it. And not just understand and comprehend it, but be able to teach it. But anywho, fast forwarding to my out of body experience, I was at the beginning of my journey. It was one thing that sparked my curiosity, and one of the things that sparked my curiosity was, are we our spirit? I always wanted to know, are we our spirit? I'm like, I used to question and constantly ask myself, or say to myself, I wonder, are we our spirit, or is our spirit some other being that lives inside of us that we have no control over. It's like, the inner man just this totally separate person from the outer man, or it's the yeah, it's the inner man different from the outer man. Okay, so it's constantly cycling in my head over and over and over again. So one day I questioned God and I was curious. I'm like, God, I want to know, or are we our spirit, or is our spirit somebody else who lives in us? Because I'm thinking like Venom on Spider-Man. Venom on Spider-Man. If you watch Spider-Man the movie, Spider-Man 3, where Venom or the symbiote is its own person, and a person, whoever the symbiote covers over their body, the person within is their own person, and the symbiote is his own person. So two separate personalities. So I'm thinking like that. I'm thinking Spider-Man. I'm thinking, okay, the flesh, we is the flesh, and we covering this other being on the inside of us that does what it want to do, that makes up his own mind and decision on how it wants to work and operate, while we are flesh. So it's just curious over and over to me, just are we our spirits? Are we our spirits? Are just really bugging me and really sparked the interest in me. So one day I happened to fall asleep, and when I fell asleep, this was a while ago, some years, probably 6, 7, 8, 10 years ago, something like that. I happened to fall asleep in my bedroom. I was staying with my mom and getting ready to go to school in the morning. And I got up out my bed for some strange reason. I got up out my bed, looked around like, what am I doing up? What am I doing up? So I'm looking around the room like, okay, everything looked normal, everything looked fine. So when I turned and looked behind me, I noticed I saw me. I saw my body. My body was in the exact position how I fell asleep. So I end up getting a shock. It's like soon as I noticed my body, it was like fear just went through my spirit. It's like fear went through me. So it's like when, I guess, God or the Father or Jesus or an angel saw that I was frightened, I guess to keep me from running away from my body, it's like somebody hurried up and pulled me or pushed me back in my body. It's like soon as they saw that I noticed that I'm outside of my body, and they noticed that I started to fear, it's like before he tried to go anywhere, get him. Pull me, push me back in my body. I fell asleep like this, with my arms crossed. And it's like when I was getting pulled back in my body or pushed, it really felt like I was getting pulled. My spirit laid exactly like this. Like I laid back in my body. As soon as I laid back, it was like, it popped up. Like, whoa, what just happened? And I backed up against my wall, and my heart is beating, boom, 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 and I'm like, what in the world? But after I calmed down and gathered myself together after being panicky, that's when I knew what happened. That God answered my prayer, and He quenched my curiosity about was we our spirits tonight. So I wanted to share my testimony of an out of body experience. But as far as being taken into another realm, I didn't get that far, because I didn't ask the Father for that. What I asked the Father for, I got. And it was an out of body experience proving that we are our spirits. But as far as getting taken down through a journey and all that, I guess He thought I probably would be able to handle it. But anywho, that's all I wanted to share. Peace be unto you in Christ for life.